Gold mining, it's dangerous, it's unpredictable, it's a gamble where fortunes are made and lost overnight, but for the right person, it's pure gold literally. It takes grit, determination, and an iron will to survive in this cutthroat industry. And when we talk about mining legends, one name stands above the rest: Tony Beets. The man, the myth, the king of the Klondike. For over a decade, millions of fans have watched Tony dominate the Yukon on Discovery Channel's hit reality series Gold Rush. He's not just another prospector chasing gold. He's built an empire, turning dirt into millions with his relentless work ethic. But just how rich is Tony Beets? How did he go from milking cows in the Netherlands to striking it big in the goldfields? What sets him apart from other miners? And what does it take to become one of the richest in the game? His journey isn't just about gold, it's about ambition, risk, and an unstoppable drive to succeed. And trust me, his fortune didn't come easy. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the fortune of Tony Beets. Before he was a reality TV star, before he owned massive mining claims, Tony Beets was just a hard-working farm boy from the Netherlands. The weather is miserable here, isn't it? Oh, it's horrible. But I didn't see my owl was a farmer, so I decided wisest thing to do was just call it quit, get the hell out, and go do something else. Best thing we did was pick up our bags, get the hell out, and go Canada. Born on December 15, 1959, in the small rural town of Whitemis, Tony didn't come from wealth. There were no gold mines, no fortune waiting for him, just long days and backbreaking labor on his family's dairy farm. His early years weren't spent digging for treasure, they were spent milking cows, shoveling manure, and handling the daily grind of farm life. But life had other plans for Tony. His world took a turn when his father suffered a debilitating injury, leaving him unable to run the farm. At just 15 years old, Tony had no choice but to step up and take charge. Imagine being a teenager, suddenly thrown into a leadership role, managing a farm, making tough decisions, and overseeing men twice his age. He wasn't just helping, he was running the entire operation. It was his first taste of leadership, a lesson in responsibility and a test of resilience, one that would shape him for the rest of his life. But deep down, Tony knew farming wasn't his future. He wanted more opportunity, more money, more adventure. And in the early 1980s, he made a bold decision that would change his life forever. With his childhood sweetheart, now wife, Min, by his side, Tony left the Netherlands behind, packed whatever little they had, and set off for Canada in search of a better life, a new beginning, and maybe, just maybe, a shot at something bigger. And boy, did they find it. Tony's first few years in Canada weren't exactly golden. He arrived with big dreams but little money, and like many immigrants, he had to start from the bottom. His first job, milking cows on a dairy farm, a trade he knew well from his childhood in the Netherlands. But it wasn't the life he envisioned. He wanted more, so he left the farm and tried his hand at construction, hoping for better pay. Do mean there you are you in the same as you were left. And then we heard about Yukon. We heard about the Yukon like 2 months after we came to Canada, and we heard you could make good money. When that wasn't enough, he moved on again, this time to the oil fields of Alberta, where the real money was. But Tony wasn't just looking for a paycheck, he was looking for an opportunity. Then he heard something that changed everything. Whispers of big money in the Yukon spread like wildfire. Stories of miners pulling in thousands of dollars a week caught his attention. And that was it. He wanted in. Without hesitation, Tony took a leap of faith. He packed his bags and headed north, straight into the heart of gold country. In 1984, Tony set foot in Dawson City, Yukon, determined to carve out a future for himself. But this wasn't an easy get-rich-quick scheme. The Yukon was brutal, freezing winters, scorching summers, dangerous terrain, and long, grueling workdays. He started out doing the toughest jobs in the mines, hauling dirt, operating heavy machinery, battling breakdowns, and digging through endless layers of permafrost in search of gold. There were no guarantees, no promises, just pure hard work and a lot of trial and error. But Tony, he wasn't one to back down day after day. He fought through the challenges, the losses, and the setbacks. And slowly but surely, his efforts paid off. He struck gold, and not just a small find. Tony hit it big with his newfound success. He claimed his own land, and from there he built something that would define his legacy: Tamarack Mine. What started as one claim and a dream grew into one of the largest privately held gold mines in the Yukon in 2011. Tony's no-nonsense attitude and mining expertise caught the attention of Discovery Channel. He made his first appearance in Season 2 of Todd Hoffman, and just like that, a reality TV legend was born. From that moment on, Tony became a fan favorite. His blunt personality, colorful language, and sheer determination set him apart, whether he was battling equipment failures, training a new crew, or making million-dollar mining moves. Viewers couldn't get enough. Now, here's the million-dollar question: how much is Tony Beets worth? Gold mining isn't for the weak, but for those who make it, it pays big time. This isn't a business for the faint-hearted. It's the high-risk, high-reward game where fortunes can be made overnight or lost in an instant. Equipment breakdowns, brutal weather, and unpredictable gold yields mean that even the most experienced miners can walk away empty-handed. But for those who know how to play the game, like Tony Beets, the rewards are immense. And Tony, he's mastered the game over the years. He has unearthed thousands of ounces of gold, consistently pulling in massive hauls. In 2018 alone, Tony's operation struck 3,600. That's over 225 bulbs of pure gold at market prices. That single season's haul was worth a staggering $4.39 million, and that's just 1 year's worth of mining. Imagine what he's accumulated over decades. But here's the thing: Tony's wealth isn't just about the gold he digs up. As one of the biggest personalities on Discovery Channel's Gold Rush, Tony has turned his mining expertise into a lucrative reality TV career. According to reports, he earns anywhere between $100,000 to $5 million per season, depending on ratings, production, negotiations, and overall screen time. And that's just the beginning. Tony's gruff, no-nonsense personality has made him one of the most recognizable and marketable figures in the Gold Rush franchise. With sponsorship deals, endorsements, and merchandise sales, his off-screen income has grown significantly. From branded mining gear to appearances at industry events, he's expanded his revenue streams far beyond the Yukon. So what's the grand total? With decades of gold mining, lucrative TV contracts, and smart business moves, Tony Beets has amassed an estimated net worth of $15 million. And with more mining claims, new equipment, and fresh seasons of Gold Rush still ahead, one thing is certain: Tony Beets isn't done making millions. One of Tony's most ambitious investments was the Viking dredge, a 350-ton floating industrial beast he bought for $1 million. It hadn't been used in 30 years, but Tony saw potential. He refurbished it, brought it back to life, and, well, it sank twice. Each hour lost cost him over $1,000, but true to his nature, Tony pushed forward. Now the Viking dredge is fully operational, churning through Eureka Creek's rich soil and pulling out massive gold for a man worth millions. You'd think Tony would be all about the luxury lifestyle, but that's where he surprises people. Sure, he owns a Mercedes convertible worth $145,000. And yes, he and Minnie have a beautiful winter home in Maricopa, Arizona, valued at $315,000. But flashy cars and over-the-top extravagance, not his style. Instead, Tony reinvests his fortune into land, mining equipment, and expanding his operations. He holds over 163 mining claims across the Yukon, with his largest claim, Paradise Hill, spanning over 42,000. Some his real wealth isn't in a bank Account it's in the land, the machinery, and the gold still waiting to be found. At 65 years old, Tony Beets shows no signs of slowing down. Mining is in his blood, the risk, the hard work, the thrill of striking gold, it's what drives him. But as the gold gets harder to find, the competition fiercer, and the industry more challenging, the question remains, how much longer can he keep this up? One thing's for sure, Tony Beets isn't done. Yet whether it's gold rush, new claims, or a new mining innovation, this Kondik Kingpin still has plenty of gold left to dig, and as long as there's gold in the ground, Tony Beets will be there to claim it. Want to see more gold? Subscribe now and join the hunt for lost treasures, hidden riches, and legendary gold discoveries.